My wife mocked me at her party. Within 48 hours, I destroyed everything she was hiding. What if the person you loved most turned your devotion into a punchline? At Emily's dazzling surprise party, James stood in the shadows, expecting to share her spotlight. The room buzzed with cheers for her latest triumph, but a single moment shattered his world. Why did she hand him that mocking shirt? Failure of the house, with a smirk that cut deeper than words. As laughter erupted, a chilling realization hit. Was he ever truly her partner, or just a prop in her ruthless climb? The air thickened with betrayal, but Emily didn't know the secret James held, a hidden truth captured in the dark, ready to ignite. What would he uncover? How far would he go to reclaim his dignity? In that instant, a storm brewed, promising to unravel her. Carefully crafted lies and set the stage for a reckoning no one saw coming. You want the truth? I was proud of her at first. Emily, brunette, sharp, relentless. She mastered the game like no one else. Promotion after promotion. I thought I was part of her rise. I was mistaken. At her surprise party, she owned it all. The spotlight, the cheers, even my own parents toasting her. To the real provider, they said. The room laughed, clapped, celebrated her triumph. And me, I stood silent. Then she handed me a gift, a shirt wrapped like a prank. I opened it. Failure of the house, they roared. Some snapped photos. Her boss, Brian, clinked glasses with her, calling her a titan. I stood holding that shirt, and for the first time in our marriage, I saw clearly. I wasn't her equal. I was her prop. But she didn't know I'd installed new security cameras around the house. Doubt whispers in your sleep. That night, it roared. The footage didn't lie. 3 days earlier, 2:13 a.m., Emily crept in with Brian. Lipstick smeared, skirt hitched, heels dangling. She kissed him like I didn't exist, used him like she had no conscience, on my couch, in my home. So I smiled, because while she mocked my pain, she had no idea I'd crush her career and her lover in under 48 hours. I didn't sleep that night, not a second. I sat in the dark, replaying the footage, my hands steady, breathing even. Something in me switched off and something else ignited, something icy, precise. At 6:47 a.m., I heard her heels down the hall. She breezed into the kitchen, all radiance, her promotion glow clinging like cologne. She didn't notice my gaze, the silence. She poured coffee, snapped a selfie, probably for another boss babe post on social media. She turned, grinned. "Morning, failure," she teased, tapping my chest where the shirt had been. I didn't respond. She rolled her eyes, blew a kiss like I was a pet she'd pat later, and left. The door shut and I got to work. No calls, no shouting, no tears. I uploaded the security footage to a private link titled simply, "Emily Ethics Breach." I sent it to HR at her firm from a spoofed burner email. No note, no explanation, just the video. 10 minutes later, I tapped an old college friend, Ryan, who owed me for access to their internal email system. I found Brian's email, downloaded every flagged file, and struck gold. He'd sent Emily sensitive financial records from his work email. I packaged it all, sent it to the board. By noon, I'd half dismantled her life. She was clueless, probably still gloating at meetings about her party. But at 2:15 p.m., she texted, "Babe, weird thing. HR wants to see me. Did they call you?" I didn't reply. 5 minutes later. "Hey, this is serious. They mentioned an email. Did you do something?" Still silent, then panic. "James, if this is a prank, it's not funny. Answer your phone." James. By 3:30 p.m., she'd sent 47 texts. Then calls. I let the phone ring, each one like a symphony. At 4:12 p.m., she sent the big one. "You destroyed me." It felt right. Not for revenge, but because I'd given her everything. Love, time, trust, and got a cheap shirt and a house of lies in return. She came home that evening, looking wrecked. No heels, no makeup, just raw fear. She slammed the door, charged at me. "What the hell did you do?" I didn't look up, still watching the footage, volume loud. "You really want to ask me that?" I said. She stared at the screen, saw herself drag Brian onto the couch like it was her side hustle. She blinked, then said the dumbest thing. "It's not what it looks like." I laughed, loud, bitter. "Is he helping you find your necklace? With his belt undone?" "You're overreacting," she snapped. "It was a mistake. Was it a mistake when you let him grab your neck? Or when you said you'd ruin me slowly to feel it?" She froze. She didn't know I had audio. I stood. For the first time in weeks, I felt bigger, stronger, clearer. "This isn't a fight," I said. "This is your end." She played victim, claimed stress, said I pushed her away by lacking drive. "You humiliated me in front of my parents," I said. "My friends. You made me your joke. Now you're mine." She slapped me. I smiled, walked away. She screamed something. I didn't catch it. Some insult, some threat. I was done listening. Next morning, the house's silence was new. Not the tense kind from avoiding fights, but the kind when something's dead and no one wants to bury it. She sat at the kitchen table, scrolling her phone like her world hadn't collapsed, eyes puffy, no makeup, hoodie instead of her usual crisp jacket. "Brian's fired," she said flatly, like mentioning rain. "HR thinks he leaked data. They're investigating. Legal's involved." I sipped my coffee, said nothing. She looked up. "They might press charges." Still silent. I wanted her to feel her actions' weight in the space she once filled with lies and charisma. "James," she snapped, "we need to talk." "You said everything you needed." I replied, eyes down. "I made a mistake, okay? People mess up. You don't accidentally climb your boss and plot against your husband. That's who you are." Her lip twitched, like she wanted to cry but wouldn't show weakness. That was Emily, always in control, even sinking. "Are you divorcing me?" she asked. That hit hard. The word had swirled in my mind since the footage, but her saying it, like a deal, made it uglier. "Do you think you deserve me after this?" She paused, then attacked. "You're not perfect," she spat. "You quit your career. You let me carry us. You were fine being mediocre while I busted my ass. How could I respect someone who doesn't try?" I met her eyes. "I wasn't chasing promotions, Emily. I was fighting for us. This marriage. You collected accolades while I kept our home running. Held us together." She stood, knocking her chair back. "I won't be punished for ambition." "No," I said, stepping forward. "You're punished for lying, cheating, turning our life into a stage where only you got cheers." Her phone buzzed. Probably another text from her ex-boss or toxic friends. I grabbed it, stared her down. "You're not the only one who can shame someone publicly." She lunged, but I held it up. "Don't," she said, voice shaking. I unlocked it. I knew her code. Our anniversary. The irony stung. I opened her photos. She tried to stop me. I pushed her back, not hard, just enough to show I wasn't her doormat. There were selfies. Hundreds. Her with Brian in hotels, half-dressed, in the office, whispering vile things on video, calling herself his secret, mocking me. I sent every file to a backup drive I'd set up. Then, one final blow, I forwarded them to Brian's wife. She screamed, tried to knock the phone away. "You, son of a—" "Say it," I said calmly. "Be real for once." She ran to the bathroom, locked it, started sobbing, loud, theatrical cries that might have worked a year ago. Not now. I sat on the couch, in the silence of a life finally honest. I didn't feel like a failure anymore. Not because I won, this wasn't a win, but because I saw reality. No more pretending. Outside, the sun rose, indifferent to who cheated, cried, or stood up. That made it real. She stayed in the bathroom nearly an hour. When she emerged, mascara streaked her cheeks, eyes vacant, like a kid caught stealing. Shocked, someone said, "No." No apology, no shame, just silence. I stood by the kitchen window, watching the neighbor rake leaves like it was any morning. Funny, how normal the world looked when your home was decaying. Emily sat on the couch's edge, arms crossed, legs jittery. "What now?" she asked, voice low, almost broken. I turned. "Now you pack." Her mouth parted like she couldn't grasp it. "You're serious?" I nodded. "You're not sleeping here tonight." She gave a dry, bitter laugh. "You think you can kick me out? This is my house too, James." "Was," I corrected, "until you made it your boss's playground. Until you made me a joke in every room." She looked away. "Want a lawyer? Call one," I said. "Want to fight for this house? Go ahead. I've got enough evidence to ensure you don't get a light bulb. You may have been the provider, Emily, but I built the foundation. You torched it." Her jaw tightened. "You think people will believe? You?" "I don't care," I said. "I'm not after your image. I'm done letting you use mine." That hit. Her eyes flickered with real fear. Not of exposure, but of losing control. "Where do I go?" she muttered. I stared, cold. "To hell for all I care. But since I'm better than you, I booked you a hotel for 3 nights. After that, you're on your own." Her eyes welled up. Then she played her last card. "What about us? What if I fix it?" The moment stretched, heavy. I remembered our wedding, her laugh, how she once looked at me like I was everything. Then I saw that video. You weren't fixing anything when he touched you. You didn't care when you unzipped his pants on our couch. Don't ask about us now. She didn't cry, didn't beg. She stood slowly, like trying not to shatter. "I'll get my stuff," she whispered. Upstairs, I heard drawers, zippers, hangers clattering. Mechanical, empty, like she was packing someone else's life. 30 minutes later, she passed me with a suitcase and her phone. No goodbye, no sorry, just her heels fading down the hall. Final. I stood in the empty silence. Long after she left, the house felt vast, colder, but not worse, honest. I poured a drink, sat on that couch where they betrayed me, played the footage again. Not to see it, but to feel the clarity one last time. Not betrayal, not rage, truth. I opened a blank document on my laptop, titled it, "Rules for Next Time. I Trust." Rule 1. Never ignore the silence. The next 3 days were quiet, not calm, just silent, letting my mind fill the voids with its own noise. I kept the house dim, blinds shut, passed her empty vanity daily like a tombstone. Her perfume lingered in the closet. I could have tossed it, burned the whole dresser, but didn't. I wanted the sting, the bitterness, the echo of what was. I needed to sit in the wreckage before moving on. On day 2, Brian's wife, Sarah, called. I nearly didn't answer, unsure I could handle her pain, but I did. "No, hi, just, is it true?" I didn't ask what. "Yeah," I said softly, "all true." She exhaled, like she'd held her breath for years. "I found receipts," she said, voice notes. "Your video confirmed what I felt." "I'm sorry," I said, meaning it. "You've nothing to be sorry for," she said. "They do." A pause, then her voice lowered. "He's begging me to stay. Says it was nothing, he was drunk, pressured by her." I laughed shortly. "Sounds familiar." "He blamed you," she said. "Of course." We talked nearly an hour. About the lies, the nights we wondered if we were crazy, how they made us feel small, forgettable, like we were slipping. At the end, she said, "You're stronger than you think, James." I didn't feel strong, just empty. But maybe that was part of it. That night, I slept in the spare room, not for change, but because I couldn't stand her imprint in our bed, that dip where she curled after late meetings and fake apologies. On day 4, Emily returned. No knock, just walked in with her spare key, like she still belonged. I was in the kitchen, eating cold oatmeal silently. She stood in the doorway, arms crossed, dressed for battle. Navy suit, bold lipstick, false bravado. "I want to talk," she said. "No." Her jaw clenched. "James, I'm not leaving until we talk. You don't live here anymore. It's still half mine. Then take your half and leave me the quiet." She dropped her bag. "You think this is justice? You think this evens us?" I stared long. "You humiliated me before my family. You slept with your boss. You made me a joke for supporting you. Then gave me a shirt like a badge." She flinched. I stood, approached slowly. "You didn't just cheat. You made me your backup dancer. You took our dreams and made them your stage, and never said sorry." Silence. Then she shocked me, dropped to her knees, not broken, calculating. "I'll do anything," she said softly. "Quit my job, cut him off therapy. Just don't divorce me." I tilted my head. "That's not regret," I said. "That's survival." She didn't argue. I stepped back. "You're scared because I'm not who you thought. You expected me to beg, cry, chase your lies. I didn't." Her lips shook. "Go," I said. "Close that door, don't look back. There's nothing here for you." She stood slowly, grabbed her bag. Her eyes scanned the house, searching for something still hers. Nothing was. She left, wordless. This time, she didn't return. 3 weeks passed. No texts, calls, not even a like on an old post. Like she vanished. Part of me wondered if that's what she always wanted. Not a clean break, but a world where she didn't face her wreckage. I started liking the silence. No fake apologies, no clipped calls from hotel rooms, no pretending. Healing's messy, though. It sneaks in flashes. Late-night memories, too real dreams, scents that drag you back to moments you hate. One night, I sat on the floor by the closet, holding her old sweater, worn on snowy Saturdays, stared at it an hour. No tears, no words. Just breathed her absence, then tossed it in a trash bag, took it outside. That was her last trace in this house. Around then, Sarah texted. Simple. "Coffee?" We met at a quiet cafe outside town, neutral, safe. She wore sunglasses, though it was overcast. Her armor, I got it. She ordered black coffee, sat and said, "He moved out, went to his cousin's in Texas, says he's rebuilding. Hope his foundation collapses," I said. She smiled. "You okay?" "I don't know," she said. "I think I will be. It's weird, like I expect him to walk in, like he's not gone." "Yeah," I nodded. "I get that." She studied me. "You look better." "I sleep now." She laughed. Progress. We didn't talk much about them after. Just life, work, things we'd forgotten we loved. She liked sculpting. I'd forgotten I used to sketch. No flirting, no rebound talk. Just two people patching themselves up quietly. A week later, I got Emily's letter. 2 pages, handwritten, same script as notes she'd leave on the counter when we still packed each other's lunches. She wrote she was sorry, didn't know who she'd become, missed who we were, that losing me felt like losing her soul's last piece. Then, this stuck. "You loved me when I didn't love myself. Instead of growing with you, I used you as a mirror to hate what I saw. I'm sorry for making you my failure's reflection." I folded it, tucked it in a rarely open drawer. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. I didn't reply. I went back to living, started jogging, short runs at dawn, enough to remind my body it had purpose. Picked up my sketchbook, untouched for years. Drew mundane things, mugs, boots by the door, rain on windows. One day I realized I wasn't waiting. For closure, for her to explain better, for proof I mattered. I knew I did. It came slowly, the weight she left lifting. Not because she took it, but because I stopped carrying it. A Thursday morning, I walked into the bedroom and saw it for what it was. Just a room. Not a tomb for memories. Not a betrayals. Stage. Just walls, a bed, a window with light streaming in. I didn't flinch stepping inside, didn't see her shadow in the mirror or hear her voice in the quiet. Just me now, and that was enough. Later, I stood shaving, really looking at myself. The guy in the mirror wasn't broken, tired, a bit gaunt, but solid, standing. I thought of the party, the shirt, her smirk handing it to me. Failure of the house. Funny how that flipped. She lost her job, reputation, cozy lies. I gained what she never gave. Peace. I never answered her letter, never reached out, never checked her socials, though Sarah said Emily asked about me once. Just once. Heard I was fine. That word probably burned her tongue. Let her choke on it. I didn't need revenge anymore. That was done. I didn't need her to hurt, cry, beg. The silence was punishment enough for us both. But I learned this. If someone loves you only when you're useful, it's not love. It's leverage. When you're no longer useful, you're disposable. Emily didn't break me. She showed me truths I'd ignored. So if you're reading this, sitting in your quiet house, wondering how you got here, hear this. Watch the small humiliations, jokes that cut too deep, public eye rolls, talk that paints you as a burden, not a partner. Don't wait for footage. Don't wait to catch them tangled with someone else in your home. When someone shows you who they are, believe them first time. And if they hand you a shirt calling you a failure, burn it and walk out wearing your own damn name. You're not a failure. Truth, once unveiled, is a blade that cuts through illusions to reveal your strength. James's ordeal with Emily's betrayal wasn't merely a quest to expose her deceit. It was a rebirth through fire. The profound lesson is this: when someone diminishes your worth, they're confessing their own emptiness. Emily's mocking, shirt and affair with Brian laid bare her hunger for control. But James's victory lay in reclaiming his self-respect, not in her ruin. His advice: don't let love mute the warnings of disrespect, jokes that wound, silences that scream betrayal. Walk away from those who see your loyalty as leverage, not treasure. Rebuild on honesty, even if it's solitary at first. Pain is a harsh teacher, but it carves wisdom into your bones. Choose freedom over familiar cages, and live unapologetically as the person who knows their value is beyond anyone's power to define.